The Team Never Quit podcast is sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union. When you become a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, life gets better. You can finance, buy, protect, and enjoy your auto purchase all through one convenient place. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Team Never Quit podcast. We are excited to be in the studio. Excited to be releasing new episodes, excited to be having some great guests in store. But before we get into today's awesome guest, we got a Patreon question of the day. What is the most surprising fact you've learned about yourself, and what do you think makes you a good leader?
Well, it's coming out of a book or something?
Straight from our Patreons.
All right, read that again?
Yep. What is the most surprising fact you've learned about yourself, and what do you think makes you a good leader?
Fact, not truth.
Yeah.
Fact about ourselves. I don't like cold water. Is that a thing?
Surprising.
What is the most surprising fact that I've learned about myself in the 45 years that we've been walking this planet? So the leader thing was that I wasn't born one. I had to become one. Or however you look at it, either it's already in there and then life kind of gets all the barriers out of the way so you can become a leader. You kind of, everything else gets peeled away from you. What was the leader question again?
And what do you think makes you a good leader?
Oh, that took some refinement on that part. I would say humility.
Humility, yeah. Right.
And humbleness.
To never think you are one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably. I don't know what you got on that, big man.
That one's tough. I like the humility and being humble with it. Right. Just realizing your path that you've been given and make sure you can follow the right way. You're going to make mistakes and bumps all along that road.
You know what? There you go right there. As a leader, don't ever be afraid to fail. Just don't ever make the same mistake twice. It means you're not paying attention and you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing about leadership.
Boom.
That's a surprising thing.
Yeah, I heard it said one time, I was like, man, you can train till you get it right, or you can train till you don't get it wrong.
Yep.
Right, and then when you we call it running out of talent. Like you're doing something that goes wrong, well then it's not a failure or setback. That's just how. Even if you trained past that, your body and mind didn't get to that point. That's kind of when the all stop hit, right? And then
part of the learning process.
Yeah, that's it. That's so you know that you are learning and that you can learn more.
Well, thank you for your Patreon question of the day. Make sure you join us at patreon.com/teamneverquit. We've got some new stuff coming to Patreon very, very soon that we're working on behind the scenes, including the ability to actually leave the guys a voice message that will play on the show with your questions. You can get access to some exclusive content, some sweet swag, all of that good stuff. Patreon.com/teamneverquit. We've got a great guest in store, everybody. John Chambliss is a career firefighter, business owner, and family man. He started in personal training in 2004, opened his own gym, Power Fitness, in 2009. He is the owner of Str8 Supplements, which is geared to first responders, veterans, and the average healthy, conscious gym goer. Welcome to the show, John.
Hey, you left out you're a local boy.
Hometown hero.
Hometown.
Yeah, hometown boys.
This
is our favorite.
From here.
We get our hometown.
Yeah, we found him.
Did we forget about what's the one fact about yourself?
Fact about myself?
Surprising fact, yeah.
What a surprising fact about ourselves.
Man, that's a tough one.
I don't have a stump answer on that one.
I don't either.
Surprising fact about ourselves.
Remember, the surprising fact could be surprising to the community of people,
not to us.
Not to y'all. Like you might be like, yeah, I know this about me, but maybe the people out there don't know it.
I have a twin brother.
Surprise.
I get made fun of a lot as I'm terrified of snakes.
Is it,
bro? Man, we had one.
Oh, you want to go like that? Okay, I got some of them.
I'm terrified of snakes.
My wife came running around in front of the house the other day screaming, and there was a rat snake, but it was trying to get in the house.
Nope. I'll burn the house down. I'll burn it down. I don't do snakes.
Oh, man. It's amazing, something with no arms, legs, laying flat on the ground.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. No Shoulders laying there on the sidewalk. Can't grab you, can't do nothing, right? Just forget.
Hell, I killed a copperhead
Freaking
yesterday morning right outside the driveway.
Well, the biggest mistake I made was telling the guys at station that. So now every time I open up the truck door, fake snakes jumping
flying
at me.
at you.
Okay, so I have them around here to keep the mice out of the plastic ones, and they still I'll see them every now and again, like
Yeah.
It's, if I see it, we're good.
Yeah.
It's when you kind of standing there and they're.
I've seen so many of them the past couple of days, and now sticks and twigs and runners are starting to look like I catch that corner of my eye and get the little chill.
Yeah. We went hunting down in Kingsville, and the blue
Indigos.
Blue indigo.
You didn't kill them though, did you?
Well, he was like, if you see that snake, don't kill it.
Yeah, don't mess with them.
I can't promise you.
Can't make any promises.
I'm gonna shoot that thing as fast as I can.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. I hate
kill
snakes.
it with hill dust.
Yeah, grind them down with hill dust. Yeah, that's a good one. There's been a couple of times through the quarantine where we were at the ranch, and I either stumbled onto him or he stumbled onto me, whatever it was, but
A rattlesnake.
a couple of them
Oh no.
creeped right up on me.
Timbers too.
Yeah. Fun fact about me, I'm not a big fan of heights.
Oh, all right.
Don't do well. They have to throw me out of the airplane usually when we had to get out. And I never got over it.
Really?
Hundreds of jumps.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Same.
Same. I never, for whatever, like he got all of that.
Yeah.
And that means I don't have one drop of it.
Right.
So the as excited as he is to do something, I have the fear of it.
I love it.
A fun fact about me is, like snakes give you the hibbity jibbities. Japanese anime monsters freak me out.
Really?
Like I can't. It gives me like
You're like,
anxiety.
"Ooh." Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Anime period.
It like really gets into me. It's like scary.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, the music and
It's like, oh, it's eerie.
Yeah, that's not my thing. It's like, keep walking. All right, big guy. Let's kick this off. So, where were you born actually?
Tyler,
Really?
Texas.
So East Texas boy.
Yep.
Man,
Tyler, Texas. I lived there, I don't know, till maybe 2. Jumped to Van, and then we moved to Houston.
Down by the river.
Yeah.
Into the suburbs or in downtown?
No, suburbs. I grew up off in like 1960, Gessner,
Where'd you go to high
Jones
school?
area. Cy-Fair.
Oh, check. Right there.
We play y'all in high school in football.
Where were you?
Willis.
No. Willis would be Magnolia playing Willis.
Well, we were 4A
Back then.
back then.
There's 6A's now.
They're 6A. We were 5A when I was in high school.
Well,
They're 6A
you guys
now.
were big, right? That's right.
Super 6.
What does that mean?
Bigger than 6A.
Well, I got that point.
Super.
I don't know why they don't go to 7,
Put
but
another
Yeah.
they call them Super 6A.
5-minute abs.
Goes up to 11.
Tomball is now 6A.
That
Willis.
stadium they're building over there
On 99?
is unbelievable.
Huge.
Oh,
no,
is that just for one school or is that for?
No, that's one job.
Yeah.
Tomball ISD, yep.
But that's going to be like the Berry Center for Cy-Fair. You have
That
seen
was
that?
my question. Is like, are there anybody else going in there? Or is that strictly for the?
Strictly for Tomball. But like, you know how Berry Center, they have church and they have all types of stuff in Berry Center. That whole facility would do the same thing. So it'll be a multifaceted place.
I mean, for everybody out there listening, this football stadium for this high school looks like it's a Division One.
Oh, it's
I mean,
massive.
that's how we roll down here, of course.
It's got a jumbotron and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
university.
Yeah, it's massive.
Show.
Because they're building like 3 more schools over there. And it's all
Really?
Tomball.
That 99 opened up everything.
Yep.
Be interested to see what they do with the flood. The flood's like a madman too.
Clearing the way.
Yeah, I don't know about the flood. The flood's going to be probably even worse.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
Because the roads got redone over here, and we're like, hey,
Yep.
did you take into account? And all the engineers, because we're not engineers,
No.
but it doesn't take an engineer to realize when something got
Built up
built
It's
up the
gonna go
wrong
that-
way.
it's gonna
'Cause,
go
I
that
mean,
way.
the roads now you need a boat.
Yeah. I mean, right there by our station on Hudson Corville, 249 and all that right there. Man, it rains 2 inches and it just piles up. It's ridiculous.
All right. So let's walk tape
Talk
back.
about town all day long.
So we always like to ask our fellow Texans. You know what generation Texan you are?
Generation Texan.
Yeah, like we're 5th. It's always a contest.
I don't know that.
Well, you need to dig into that, man. That's a big deal.
Generation Texan.
All right, born in Tyler. So you're a small business owner, firefighter. Walk us back. Give us a little dig into John, man. Tell us all about yourself.
Well, I was born in a military family.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, my dad was in the Air Force. My brother was in the Navy. He was medically discharged. But being raised in that, it was kind of eye opening. You know, seeing how everything is ran, how my dad ran us, and he was huge family. You know, he was a manager at AutoZone, worked his way up with all that stuff. And then I really didn't get into the gym world until after high school. I played basketball through high school. So at Sci Fair was really interesting. It was a weird time when I was in high school. It was pretty rough because you would have the athletes on one side and you have the blacks and stuff on the other. It was pretty racially divided in the school. So high school was pretty mundane, if you could say. You know, it wasn't anything crazy. Getting out of high school, I didn't really know what to do, where to go, and just started getting in the gym, started working out.
What started that?
I think just myself, man. I always kind of
Were you a skinny kid?
Oh yeah.
You a hard gainer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were too.
When I graduated high school, I was 6'3" and 180.
Yeah, check.
I was a little big guy. Never really got messed with. Never had that type of pressure, you know.
You got a good personality then.
I mean, I think so.
Well, if you didn't get messed with, that's what that means.
Yeah. I wasn't really. I mean, I was always just hanging out with the right people and just kind of mingled around. And I didn't care who you were. I'm a chameleon. I can go with whoever.
Right.
I don't. I mean, getting in the gym, it was just kind of. It just drew me in there. Started working out. Started making the progress. Started seeing it and fell in love with it. And then started training just people, my friends and whatnot, helping them out. And seeing that I was actually pretty good at what I was.
Was this a public gym?
24-hour.
Yep.
I was at 24-hour on Jones Road in 1960. And that was my first training gig. And whenever I got hired there, man, it just kind of took off. Had a lot of bumps in the road on that one. You know, being in the gym game, man, there's everyone who's in there.
Because back in this was late 90s, early 2000s.
2003.
Right. So that was huge for the gym world.
Yep. I mean,
there was a
booming.
revolution in the movies, the way we looked as an operator.
Yeah.
Was completely different than the Vietnam guys, the World War II guys, all that.
Yeah.
They were all thinned out, and then everything you see coming through that genre was. So everyone was kind of going into the gym. That was why I was asked. I was like, what brought you in there? Because it was either movies, chasing women, money, or just get in shape, or
it was just I guess just staying in shape. Because all through high school I played basketball. Man, that's all we did. We would just play ball every day, after school, on the weekends, for school. We go to Ravensway. I don't even know where that's at, in the little neighborhood, and play back there, do pickup games till 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it was a blast. But I give basketball that whole credit to keep me out of trouble. In high school, I didn't do anything that was wrong, as you could say. You know, I didn't get in any trouble, just did all that. So being back in the gym, it just felt normal, you know. And then whenever I started helping people, I realized I was pretty good at it. And then it just, man, it took off. Hung with the wrong crowd for a little while. I got turned up in some stuff that I shouldn't have been turned up in. Avoided a lot of dangerous things where some people went to jail, and I got real lucky. I got real lucky that I wasn't with those guys at that time.
This is after high school?
This is all, I was 20, 21, 19, around there.
Still living at the house? Or you
Still living at home. Yeah, I was living at home. I moved out, I don't know, probably 2004, 2005. Got an apartment. But when I left 24 Hour, I got picked out at 24 Hour. There used to be a gym up here in Pinehurst called Tomball Fitness. I don't know if you guys knew that right there, 249 Harn Store Road. It was called Tomball Fitness, and then it was called Spring Fitness. Man, I jumped in with those dudes, and I opened up my company inside that facility and just paid those dudes rent. That was phenomenal. Like that was some of the best training years of my life. Is I had no one over me. I could do whatever I wanted. I could train whatever I wanted, charge what I want. And it was all about me.
Kind of like a free agent trainer.
100%. Yeah. Like you still had to pay a membership to the gym.
You had to pay your own, right?
Yeah.
But what you did in there, check.
Yeah, and then I would come and
really, they let that fly? That's cool, man.
They do it now. They do it now.
That's cool.
Yeah, you just the trainer pays, whatever, $500, $700 a month to the gym, and then whatever you make from your clients, make from your clients. It was a cool way to make a lot of money and see that people wanted that change, And if you're good at it, man, you can really do really well.
So explain that. What does being good at that mean?
That's a hard. So everyone has their own definition of success, right? So my definition of success was really easy. You would come in and you and I would just sit down for a couple hours. We would just talk, and I'd get to know you. You get to know me. Make sure we gelled. If we don't gel, we're not going to work. Period. I'm not going to force anything on you. So success for the client, I believe, is having that relationship with the trainer. Make sure y'all work, and then I know exactly what you want to do, and then we make it work. I dumb everything down. People dive into working out too much, and they Google stuff, how to lose weight, gain weight, whatever it is. It's not hard. It's hard to do the work. People don't want to do it. But the method of getting it done is not difficult. Follow a path and follow that routine, and the success will happen. And you just have to know that client and make a relationship. I don't have clients, I have friends. I mean, they're all super close friends of mine. And just getting to know that person, man, it's a blast getting to know everybody.
How long you been doing it now?
15 years.
Probably better because everybody responds differently to weights and everything else.
100%.
And then if you get them on a routine, that's what I would notice about a lot of people. They'll get on a routine from their trainer, but then they'll get back online and look at other stuff.
Man, the argument
and try and do
have-
it, incorporate it, and like, look, man, it's like we're working on this one, so let's work on that one.
Yeah.
And it's the ability to tell them 2 weeks. That's how long it takes to get a habit or break one.
Yep.
And in 2 weeks, when you're at the gym, your body's it's when you're the weakest. It's when you look the fattest and everything. And it's kind of your body's way of saying, "Are you sure you want to break into this new realm?" Because our body's designed for this one.
Right.
And the minute someone goes, "Man, you've been lifting or working out," boom, it's in there.
It's done.
It's done.
There's the hook.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Let's take a second to thank our sponsors over at Uprising Food. You guys know that our food system is basically broken. It's making everybody sick, but the people at Uprising Food are fixing that. I've got to say, when you hear the word bread and you hear the word healthy, you usually don't think of those things together. I know one of the biggest struggles and challenges when you do a keto or a low carb diet is you can't do bread. You can't do it. It's not good for you. It's not healthy. But they have cracked the code on healthy bread. You simply aren't going to find anything this healthy that's going to taste this good, that's this fresh. Only 2 net carbs per serving, loaded with protein. 6 grams of protein, 9 grams of fiber. You know that a lot of us are not getting the fiber we need. If a biohacker and a high-end farmer's market baker had a baby, it would be Uprising products. They cover paleo to clean keto to low carb, high fiber, dairy-free to grain-free lifestyles. It's no wonder that actual doctors are getting excited about Uprising bread. Again, how many times have you heard healthy and bread in the same sentence? No marketing gimmicks. They bake with real superfood ingredients. You're going to find things like almonds, MCT oil, apple cider vinegar, egg white, psyllium husk, and olive oil in their bundles. It's bigger than just a product, though. They are on a mission to liberate all of us from that broken food system that's stealing our health. It's David versus Goliath, and they want to upgrade bread and bring it back to the table for all of us. So if you've been thinking, I just can't have bread, I can't do it, it's not healthy, blah, blah, blah. That's not the case anymore. It all comes down to taste, though, and healthy foods typically are littered with broken promises, and they're just not getting the right flavor, but that's not the case with Uprising. They have absolutely nailed the taste of flavor, and their packaging's pretty cool, too. I never had a loaf of bread come out of a box, but it did. Hey, we've got a special offer for you. Go to uprisingfood.com. Use our code TNQ. You're going to get $10 off the starter bundle. It's kind of like a mini trip to the grocery store minus all the unhealthy distractions, and they ship directly to your door. That's uprisingfood.com. Use our code TNQ, get $10 off your order. One more time, guys, uprising, UPRISING, food.com. Use our code TNQ. You're going to get $10 off your order, and you're going to get some healthy bread. How cool is that?
I'd be like, "Dude, have you been kind of doing it?" And as soon as somebody else says it,
Yeah.
it's like you actually see it. It has to be spoken out into the word,
Yeah.
right? And 2 weeks.
That's all it
Not
takes.
even hard weeks.
No. You're
Because what is hard? The stuff you do in the gym, we go in there. I was like, man, you can lift stuff like that in your house every day. It's just it's like the gym is a house for us.
Yep. I love it. I've been real blessed, man. Like, I love the gym life. I love having the people, having the clients, doing the interaction with it. I love the helping. And then, you know, I don't want to skip too much. You fast forward and you go to the fireside, it all just intertwines. I mean, it's just another version of helping. And it's another version of, man, I can do this and teach these people how to help these people in just different methods. But I mean, you're 100% right. Just 2 weeks. That's what I tell literally everybody. Give me 2 weeks and you'll see change. You might not see body change. You're going to feel better. You're going to sleep better. You're going to feel more recovered. It's everything. I'm a certified nutritionist as well. That is just that's a...
Boy, we fought that one. It's like every time we see somebody our age, it's like, man, what's going on, man? You been in the gym? It's like, and just please don't say diet.
Yep.
Don't say nutrition. That's what it is, especially at our age when everything starts
100%.
shutting down.
It's 100%. And as soon as you can swallow that and understand, the sky's the limit. You just have to follow a path. You have to follow a method. The minute you veer off of it, it's gonna be tough. It's not the way I break it down is not tough.
Well, yeah, because everything down here is different.
Yeah.
I mean, there are things down here that can just eat only plants.
Yeah.
If you look at the animal kingdom, it's a prime example of that. That's where we're kind of based off of it. And there are things down here that only eat meat.
Yep.
And then there's things that eat both.
Yep.
So, I mean, the diet is how it's like fuel in your race car.
That's all.
I mean, that's the best way you can say it. It's like, man, this is a race car. What do you throw in that sucker?
I think society today, just because we're so technologically advanced, people are looking for, well, where's the pill? I just need give me.
I hope people listen to my clients. Listen to what you just. I say that exact same thing. Fuel. We're a car, and food is our fuel. If you fuel it up with cheeseburgers, man, I don't know what to tell you. You know, if you fuel your car with water, guess what? It's not going to run. It's going to lock up. So it's the exact same thing. I love that you just said that because I say the exact same thing.
I mean, you come in here, like, imagine, we use the analogy of a blade.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're born, you're butt naked crying on your back.
Yep.
And life kind of sharpens you, and the people that you run into are stones. They dull you, sharpen you, or polish you out, right? Or the metaphor with the car is like, man, you can be a race car or a monster truck, whatever you design this sucker to be.
Yep.
And then if what fuel you run it on is entirely on that as well. And then you can switch it.
Yeah, you can make it. I mean, I'm on a new thing right now, right? It's totally changed my whole outlook of food. It's changed everything. Now you try to adapt. I've done them all. If I'm going to put you on a program, I'm going to do it with you. Right. If it's something that I've never done before, shit, let's do this together. I want to see how it's going to work for me too. And the only thing that works for me, and I'm different than you two, right? No one's built the same, right? It's just everything is balanced. Your protein, carbs, fat, everything's balanced. And whatever you're trying to do, gain weight, lose muscle, whatever it is, gain muscle, you got to make those changes. And it's a hard switch for people to turn on and off.
Yeah, I found it more advantageous not to say, hey, look, we're gonna diet. It's like, hey, this is now your new way of life.
It's a lifestyle change.
Yeah,
it's only a diet. This is how we're living.
This is all you have to eat in the house. This is what you have to eat. It's not a diet.
Yeah. Well, my clients will see me out and about, right? I'm eating pizza. I eat Oreos almost every single night.
Good for you.
Right? I do. I love double stuffed Oreos. I mean, come on.
What's up? Seriously, that's a thing.
No,
if they're in the pantry, you got to go after them.
They're gone. Right. But it's just it's how I do it, and when I do it, and how much I eat of it, and where I'm at the end of the day. I mean, it's calories in, calories out, and I get so frustrated. People are like, "Oh, I just want a pill. Where's the pill? Where's the fat burner? That's all I got to take." Not at all.
It's right in there. You get the 45-pound pill, you just shove it down.
Or walk right by it.
Yeah. Or when people are like, "Hey, look, I don't have enough time in the day."
You have time.
4:00 in the morning.
You have time.
Get your ass up
if you want it or not. You know.
And it's not even that long.
No.
The amount of time it takes you to talk yourself out of it.
You could have been done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And when I would get hurt too, I'd say it's time to get back to the gym. I'd literally just drive by here or walk past it.
Yeah.
Just getting close to it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You just touch the bench.
Yeah, touch the. Then eventually you walk in there and you I do one push-up. That's all I could bail out.
Yep.
One.
Yep.
And then I go back home. What else you got to do? The next day you go in there and do two.
I always had a buddy who's like, I can't start working out. Why not? It's Wednesday.
Yeah, I gotta wait till Monday.
You gotta wait till Monday.
That's I'll start on Monday. Why, man? Start right now.
I mean, like literally drop down right now.
We're talking about it.
Hammer out many push-ups or squats.
Then you can say you already did it.
Yep. Yeah. But that's what I love though, man. When that light switch flicks off for those people and they see it.
Because it's a thing.
Oh yeah,
it's a literal switch. You can feel it. Some of my killing some time. I'll get on YouTube and watch some guys that were 400 pounds. They're like, hey, I just doing this for myself, and then just start cutting it down, right? Mm-hmm. And literally, it feeds itself. Like you don't need that pill because the pill wears off. This doesn't. Yeah. So as soon as you step into it and that energy starts feeding, it's like him with running. I was like, man, is there like a break or a high you get? Is there a switch? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, then there is for everything.
Yep.
It's just it takes.
And you won't notice that somebody else will. And then
somebody else. Will. And then they kind of turn it on for you.
Yeah. And then you look for it.
And then once they do, you just go with it.
We got one of our best friends' wives. She had twins, and I think she just kind of woke up one day. She's like, I don't like where I'm at, and it became maybe an addiction but she is one of the most amazing looking women.
Oh, dude,
I've ever seen, and she's religious about it. I mean, her how she eats, how she works out, and I mean, total fitness model.
We'll be in the middle of something, doing something. She would look around and she'll be gone. Like, where the hell is she? Over working out or doing her thing, whatever it was. You know, it's like a routine.
Yeah.
And so she finally, like we were saying, she saw it, and now it's a way of life. She's like, I won't do it. If we got to fly out 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm working out at 1.
Yeah. I don't miss. I mean, like I said, I was in Indianapolis all last week for a fire conference. I mean, you know how that goes. Yeah. You finish that at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and where do you go?
Bar.
It was brutal every single day. But I'd get up the next morning and we'd go to the gym.
Hoot with the owl, soar with the eagles, right?
That's
what we're supposed to do it.
Exactly.
You got to do it that way.
So how'd you get into firefighting?
So
kind of,
like I said, we're in the military. My godfather, I guess you could say, he was HFD.
Those are real.
Yeah,
they're real.
He was in HFD his entire life. So I saw that side, and I'd go to the station like you did. I'd go to the station, little kid, seeing him, like, man, that's some cool stuff right there. I didn't really understand it. So I've always had the interest in firefighting. I actually went to school for a criminal justice degree. So I was kind of just deciding what route I was going to go while I'm still in the gym. And then it just clicked, I had the time. I never had the time to do the fire academy, to do the National Register EMS, right? You have to be a paramedic or EMT basic to get your cert.
Just to be, right?
Just to be one.
Right, yeah.
You have to be EMT basic and you have to have your TCFP, Texas Commission Fire Protection. Right. You have to have both in order just to be a firefighter.
That's still the way it is?
Still the way it is.
But then you have to climb to an I and a P, EMT.
You don't have to.
Intermediate and
yeah, you don't have to. So you can be an intermediate and you can be a paramedic, right, if you want to. Yeah. If you do those, you're just more marketable, right? So whenever I had the time, I got married. My wife was super supportive. We have kids. And
how many you got?
3.
She from here?
Yep.
High school?
She went down to CE King.
So y'all grew up together?
No.
Where'd y'all meet?
So actually I met her through a fellow client of mine.
Nice work.
Yeah, right. But there was a volleyball court, a volleyball club called Renegades right next to my gym. And she wanted me to come over there and meet these girls and train these girls and whatnot. And I saw this pretty hot chick sitting in the stands.
Say real hot, extremely hot.
Yeah, she's smoking hot.
Volleyball chick.
We'll edit the pretty hot out.
Yeah,
wears a volleyball uniform every day, right?
Yeah. No, so
go USA.
There she is. She's wearing blue jeans and a red button-up shirt and boots. I'm like, man.
You never forget what they're wearing the first time you meet them.
Nope, I won't ever. I'll never forget what she's doing. She's just sitting there watching her daughter play. And I told my clients, like, hey, who's that? And we started talking, and make sure you keep this in the podcast. She chased me down. Right?
Turn it up.
Yeah. Make sure that's in there. She started training, and it just flourished, man. I credit my wife to saving me in a lot of different ways, because I was still on a path that was really not defined. When I got with her, it turned everything around. She saved my life in a lot of ways. So when I got with her, we got married. Then I had time, right? I had time, and she said, just do it. Stop worrying about anything. Stop worrying about money. Stop worrying about bills. Just do your dream. Do what you want to do. So I would go to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, train from 5 a.m. to 11. I would study my TCFP book from 11 to 4. Then I'd train from 4 to 7, go home and do it again. Keep studying at night. Went to the fire academy in 6 months, and then did the EMT registry in 6 months.
That's a great way you said that. Or she said it, excuse me.
Because if you wake up in the morning and your worry is about money, then you'll always worry about it.
Always.
It's specifically designed for you to chase her.
Yeah.
But if you're in your dream, it just shows up.
Man.
It's like the minute you try to ignore her, she'll come over there, and then if you're
Yeah,
in that, it works that way because it just kind of. Matter of fact, it goes faster.
It goes faster.
It goes faster.
When I was one day I was sitting in my office, I was studying, and Tomball Fire Department, I saw them roll by, and they come into my gym. I'm like, man, what are they doing in here? They're doing an inspection, and the lieutenant on shift, he's like, what are you doing? He sees me looking at all these fire books. I'm like, I'm doing all this. He's like, well, come talk to me today, and we'll get you set up as a volunteer for Tomball. I'm like, what? I didn't know that was a thing, you know. So I went over there and I signed up as a volunteer for Tomball, and man, it's been blowing and going ever since. I've been there for 6 years. I started as a volunteer and with a part-timer, full-time firefighter. I got promoted to driver operator, and then now it's rocking and rolling. And man, it's crazy. It's been phenomenal. I absolutely love it.
That's a good place to be. Is that
What station you at down in Houston right now? Or Tomball?
Tomball. Well, right now I'm at Station 5, which is off of Telge. My home station, kind of quote unquote. We don't have homes, man. They'll bounce us around.
They shift you around. Right?
Yeah. But usually I'm at Station 2 on Holderith. Right about the tracks.
Look, if y'all listen out there, the first time a firefighter comes to your house is not when it's on fire. Make sure they get a good vantage.
Yep.
I mean, have a barbecue. And look, firefighters are completely different than everybody else. You see them rolling, get the hell out of their way. They're coming to save your stuff or somebody else's stuff that might be your stuff one day. I was talking to some younger firefighters about it. I was like, man, you know, you guys are similar and dressed up the way y'all operate like us.
Yeah.
The only difference is who we fight, right? So y'all actually fight an enemy that you can't talk to.
Yeah.
And that eats, breathes, and feeds. And you're armed with the most powerful weapon there is, water. It's your sword, right? So you're going in there against the most ferocious thing down there, freaking fire.
Oh.
Everyone runs from that. And you know, when you break it back and you look at the way you guys are set up with teams and how you operate and you move, it's so similar to us. Because when we go to New York, or when we used to be able to go up to New York, we'd stay at the firehouse before we got married. You know, why is that? Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, we just bounce around.
That's
like
awesome.
Prostitutes. It was awesome. I mean, we just show up like, hey, what do y'all got for dinner? You know, something like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, come on in. They're the best. But the cool part is y'all are in the same family, but the way y'all have to fight is different. Like big city boys fight differently. They think y'all are crazy down here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they say that out loud. I've heard New York City firefighters comment on y'all down here. Like, man, y'all just do things differently. But then the same thing goes back up. Like, man, them high rises and what you guys have to continue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just at this conference, I was taking classes from guys in St. Louis, guys in Florida, guys in Cincinnati, Ohio. They all fight fire different.
Yeah.
But the same thing that brings us all together, we fight fire.
Fight. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and there's to me, there's nothing better.
If you concentrate solely on that, and when you run into another, it's like, that's my cousin, right? Because it's just, we got different houses.
Yeah.
It's a cool family. Uniform families are awesome.
This is the first time I've been to a conference like this. I mean, there was thousands.
It's worth going to, right?
Oh, yeah.
To see just all the different.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I had never experienced anything like. As soon as we landed in Indianapolis, we got in real late, like midnight or something, Monday, Tuesday morning, and it's just immediate. They decorate. I mean, the whole town is for fire. They shut down, and it doesn't matter where you are. What's up, brother? Yeah, what's going on? What's your story? Where are you from? Yeah. It's man. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing like it. I've never experienced anything like it. It was one of the coolest things ever.
I couldn't even imagine the stories that roll out of there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
The freaking stories that run out of that.
Oh yeah, yeah. The one of the guys from St. Louis, man. If I hope he hears this, but he was probably the coolest one that I got to see. So he's just a firefighter. He rides backwards. Chris Tobin. And his class was aggressive interior firefighting, which is some people kind of hate on it. Right? Some people will step back a little bit from it, like, man, we may readjust. Oh, man, to go in, what do you guys have to do, right? You got to go in, knock down the enemy. You got to go in, knock down the seat of that fire. Whatever it may be, you got to get there, right?
Oh, they're the ones that run all the way straight to the source?
Yeah, that's aggressive, right? You got to go in, you got to fight the fire, you got to find it, you got to put it out. Right? You just got to do it. But man, he was phenomenal. He was from St. Louis, and have y'all ever been there?
St. Louis, yeah.
I've never been there. He said 1 out of 5 homes or structures are vacant. His zone is the country's worst zip code, most dangerous zip code. He would just walk out, he hears gunfire all the time, and he hears this, and he's like,
Congratulations on that quall.
yeah,
I guess, right?
right,
Yeah,
right.
you know, I mean,
He threw that out, and it's just his class was so good because it was so passionate. Because everyone, I mean, mediocrity is what kills us, right? And we have a lot of that right now in the fire service, where comfort kills. You know, you get there, check off your truck, and you sit down and recline, you watch TV. And if the tones drop. You can't do that. You know, you got to pick up that nozzle, you got to pull that line every single day, right? Just so when you know, that's muscle memory. So the way we train, my guys on my crew, we'll go do PT for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and then train.
yeah.
Right? Because that's when you're going to learn that muscle memory, when you're exhausted, when you're fatigued and you're dead.
Well, that's how they train us. That's the difference. It's like they won't put anything into our hand or start teaching something until they've kept us up for days, worn us down physically and mentally, and then they put an empty weapon or pistol in our hand. So you feel the weight.
Right.
So it's all muscle memory. So the more tired you get, the better you get.
Yep.
All that other stuff goes away and it comes back to the basics.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's great. Back to basics. That's what we train. That's all it is. Putting out fire is not hard. You got to get there. You got to learn how to get there. And you got to get there effectively and efficiently. You got to make sure the way you're getting there is somewhat safe. You know, but there's really nothing that beats it, man. And the gym life and the transitions over to the fire life, it all just meshes so well. Because of the helping side and how I got there. You know, it's just I've had a lot of different routes I could have taken, and I'm glad that this is where.
So have you ever been training anybody whose house caught? Then when you went to go put out the fire, you were in their house, looked in the kitchen, and saw that they were eating shit that they weren't supposed to.
They better hope that never happens.
I let it burn.
Yeah. I told you don't eat chocolate cake.
That's awesome.
No, but it's been a journey. It's been fun.
Yeah, because you've hit some roadblocks along the way.
Oh yeah, 2009. You know, I told you I really credit my wife Carrie for doing a lot, for saving me in a lot of different ways. But in 2009, man, I was on a path of self-destruction. We were partying. You know, with that gym life, that's what you're gonna do. You're in the gym all day, you're working out, you're training, and then you go out, you're gonna party all night, you're gonna come back and just redo it all over again. And that's the life I was living. We were on crotch rockets, flying up and down 249, 100 miles an hour, wheelies all over the place, and just doing, you know, just being young and dumb. That's when I got involved with some people I shouldn't have been involved with. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, people always ask, well, you do steroids, you do all that stuff. If the person says no, man, they're lying. They just don't want to tell you the truth. And you get involved in that for a little while, and you get wrapped up into that game. And I was there. And it was really, I mean, you got to make that. You got to figure out which way you're going to go. Because if you go to the right with those guys, it's going to jack you up. If you go to the left, you get more messed up. So you got to get out of both those directions, keep going straight, find your own path. But in 2009, I was there. And if this didn't happen to me, I really don't know where. I pretty much can guarantee I wouldn't be here talking to y'all. I was on my bike. I had a CBR 1000. We just finished putting a full exhaust system on it, and I never rode without a helmet. At minimum.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. At minimum, I had a helmet on. But I wanted to hop on. But there was about 15 of us about to go ride. It was 10 o'clock on a Friday night. I was like, I couldn't wait. I was like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna hop on real fast. I just want to hear it. I'm gonna ride down the street. I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes, guys. Y'all get dressed. I was wearing a tank top, no helmet, shorts, and it was in Tomball on Willow Street in 2920. So I came out on Willow, hit 2920 right there by Concordia, made a little U-turn to come out to the house, and a green 4-door Honda Civic turned in front of me. I'll never forget it. Green 4-door Honda Civic turned in front of me, no big deal. And I was in first gear, and they brake checked me as I was going. I was leaning to make my right-hand turn. So when they brake checked me, I veered back over and just pinned it so I wouldn't hit them. And the last thing I saw was a road sign saying left or right. The road dead ended. I didn't know it. So I hit that ditch.
So they were brake checking because of that, not because they were jagging with you?
No, they were jagging with me.
Oh,
they were jagging with me. I found that out here in a second. I flew by my boy's house, right, where all my friends were at. And So I flew by. They said they heard me just scream by, and then dead silence. So I hit the ditch. The cops estimated I was going over 100. I flew through full woods, a privacy fence, and a barbed wire fence. Landed.
Nice work.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I don't remember the impact. I hit, I stood up, and I walked out. And then I collapsed on the ditch. And then and I remember that green four-door Honda Civic. If you're out there, I still remember that car. I wish I remember the license plate. They stopped, looked, and left. Because I'm pretty sure they left. They saw all my whole crew running down after me. And I'm laying on my right side in the ditch. And my buddy Adam, he's one of the owners with me in my business. Adam Service, phenomenal guy, best friend since high school. He comes running up to me, and all I'm asking is like, dude, how's my bike? Like, 'cause I just did all this work to it. I'm like, how's my bike? He's like, well, there's your front wheels over there, handlebars over there. I mean, it was destroyed.
Did you hit the curb?
So I hit the ditch, it went down like that.
Oh, check, yeah.
I just hit the ditch straight on. And I did what you're not supposed to do, right? I slammed on my rear brake and then sat up. I didn't even touch my handlebars. And that bike stayed perfectly straight, which that doesn't happen. It'll start squirming all over the place. And that's how they estimate my speed from my skid mark. So I'm laying on my side there, and I want to know how my bike is. I'm not really in pain. I just want to know how my bike is. And it's trashed. So medics get there, and they can't roll me over. They go to roll me over, man, I'm swinging. I don't know what's going on my left side, but it is wrecked, right? So they decide not to roll me over. They put me on the bat board on my right side. They put me in the box, and I'm laying there, and I'm talking to the guy. I say, hey, man, put my arm down, my left arm. I said, why is my arm up? It's like, it's not up, man. Your humerus is just broken. My humerus just snapped clean. But I felt like my arm was up. I'm like, all right. Well, I guess that's where the pain is. I don't know. And I shattered my left hip. It was a spider web. There was chunks missing out of it. So I was in the hospital for 14 days that time. I went in weighing 255. I came out weighing 197. Yeah.
Good weight loss program.
Yeah.
You got a great diet in there.
Don't do that to lose weight.
Great diet.
Yeah, it was tough.
They call that a crash diet.
Luckily, you were in
Yeah, literally.
That's a crash diet.
the shape you were in probably saved your life.
The doctor said that. He's like, man, the size you were able to take that impact.
Yeah, right.
You know?
I've heard that numerous times, guys. So let this be a lesson to you, too. If you ever find yourself on a crotch rocket with a tank top, no helmet, and shorts, that's a setup.
That's a setup.
When I was working in the ERs, a lot of them guys would show up, tank top, shorts, no helmet.
The setup, man.
There's your sign.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and then when that happened, probably the first 2 days in the hospital, it was angry. You know, it was just pure anger. Like, why me? Why am I doing this? Why am I going through this? What did I do to deserve this? And then, unfortunately, that crew I hung out with, they visited like the first 3 days, maybe 4 days. And then they filtered off, right? Realized they're not true people, except for my boy Adam. He was there every day. So it sucked, man. It sucked knowing that I thought we're friends. And we're friends. I was just part of that group that did all this stuff together. So when I got over that self-depression and anger and pissed off at the world, doctor told me I'd never work out again. I might not ever walk again. I have 6 plates and 32 screws in my left hip.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then I had a rod on my humerus. And I was like, man, nah, dude. Like, you don't tell anybody that. You don't tell me you're not going to walk again. I will be working out again. He told me to go home, sit in a recliner, and not move. So I went home, sat in a recliner, and rehabbed day 1. I was out of the wheelchair in 7 weeks, went to crutches, and I was walking.
It's almost like, man, Doc, you shouldn't be able to tell somebody that. Like right after their injury when they're walking in, he's like doing the chart thing. He's like, it's probably a pretty good chance you're not going to walk in. We've heard that so many times. Like, you're not going to live. Mm-hmm. Why don't we don't put that out?
Don't put that out there, man.
At all.
What can you do?
Yeah. Why don't we just see what happens?
Yeah, exactly. And they were shocked every time I went back from my update. You know, they're like, what are you doing? So I'm doing everything you told me not to do.
Yeah.
Man, I'm rehabbing. I'm sitting in the recliner doing simple raises, moving my hip. I couldn't move my leg for like 6 weeks because of all the metal stuff I've had to. Sir?
Yeah, external fixator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Humerus and hip.
Yes.
That's a good full bennies.
It was brutal.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. I was lucky with my arm. It was just a clean snap.
Because those you just put in a sling, right?
They didn't put me in a sling.
They
They put the rod in, and
That thing will
yeah, it was gnarly. I had screws up on the bottom and on the top and the bottom. My arm wasn't I really wasn't that concerned with my arm.
Yeah.
I knew that would come back.
Oh.
I was concerned with my mobility and my movement of my legs and my hip and my flexibility.
Yeah, the hip's no joke, man.
Hip's
It's
no
like
joke.
Hurt.
You use your hip for everything.
Everything.
I
Even
didn't
when you're
realize
laying-
that.
even-
you don't even
when
know,
you're laying down.
You don't really know. It's like your
Yeah.
knuckles too, right? You don't know how much you hit them things
Yeah.
normally until you get a scratch on it. And
Yeah.
you bump it into everything. Same thing with
It's nuts.
hip, ribs, that whole.
Try getting out of bed. You can't. You're not supposed to activate your hip.
buddy. My hip injury showed up when I was asleep,
Yeah.
and I tried to roll over and went to the bathroom on myself and started crying, laying down,
Yeah.
trying to get out of bed. My wife had to come over and get me out of bed. That's
Yeah.
miserable.
That's the worst, man.
Worse than a
Wife's gotta
back.
pull your ass out of bed.
Oh well, at that time it was my parents. You know, I was lucky enough. I mean, like I said, in 2009, I put my parents through the ringer. I went to jail. I was in Harris County for 72 hours.
Great place to be.
Oh,
I took a tour.
man.
That
You
was
took a
fun.
tour?
I took a tour. I did. I mean, I didn't go into jail. I mean, I took a tour of the jail.
Yeah,
That's what that is.
yeah. It was that.
I wasn't wearing oranges or yellow.
That sucked. But you know, that was a breaking moment for myself to figure out who I am. There you go, man. That's a secret fact, right? Like you're not born a leader. You got to be one. You're made into one. I sat there and I'm like, there's no way I'm letting this gonna beat me. And I didn't. I was back in the gym probably, I think like 13 months later. And then I had this little ball show up my arm. Dr. Siddiqui, wherever you're at, did a horrible job. He's a guy.
Oh, you got a Frankenstein got hold of you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he wrecked me. Went in, had a ball in my arm. He was like, no, you're okay, man. You're just back to working out. And I'm like, no, man, this is, like, I've got feverish. Man, this is staph, bro.
This is a quado.
Yeah. He sent me home. 2 days later, I call his office. He's MIA. He's gone.
In Mexico, yeah.
Yeah.
Then let out.
So I had to find another doctor. I can't remember his name. How I went to in Willowbrook. Went in like at noon on a Tuesday. He's like, man, you eating yet? I'm like, yeah, of course. Then why? Because you need surgery today. So, all right. So I was back in the hospital for 7 days for the staph to heal. Then they pulled the rod out of my humerus.
Which wasn't funny.
Which wasn't funny. No.
Not at all.
Really, I was pissed, man. As I was in there and I told them, I was like, man, this won't
How do you
heal.
pull a rod out if you got to re-break it, right?
I don't know what they did. I have no idea what they did.
That is the weird. When they pull those rods out of your bone,
Yeah.
I remember it was like when they hit me the first time. I was like, "Don't ever
Yeah.
do that again."
I don't know how they did it. But I'm sitting there. They went in. They cleaned it, right? They're like, we're going to give you a couple of days in here to see if your staph will heal. I said, well, it won't heal with foreign object in around that area. Right? Because I've been training. I've been studying. I've been doing all this stuff for a couple of years now. And I knew. I'm like, it's not going to heal. So they kept me in the hospital for 7 days. And then on the 7th day, they took out the rod. And guess what? Staph went away. So I went home, had a rehab from that again. And then, that was another moment. It's like, man, which way am I going to go? Am I going to fall off? Am I going to fail? I'm just going to say, screw this. I'm just going to give up. I didn't give up. Just kept going and kept pushing through. That was 2007 with the humerus and all that stuff. And then when that happened, I put the pedal to the metal and decided to change my life completely because that wreck changed everything about me. I mean, I would not be here if that didn't happen.
So you jumped on a crotch rocket all the way to the bottom of your rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rock bottom.
Everyone's rock bottom is different too.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Everyone's is different. So it's like when you come around, and that's the thing too. You turn around and like, all right, which direction do we need to go? You either had right or left. You took straight. Awesome.
Yeah. it was sucked, man. You realize you don't have friends, right? The people that I thought was my crew, they weren't my crew, man. Adam, he was the only one. He was the only one that would come to my parents' house all the time just to hang out, just watch TV. I'd be pissed off because he'd show up on his bike. I'm like, dude, what a jerk. Drive your car here, man. Like,
That's actually a funny joke.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's funny now.
Yeah, it's funny now. I wasn't laughing at the time. But he was the only one
Did
who
you
was
talk
there.
to those guys? Any of them guys from your crew
Nope.
at all?
Nope. I don't even know where they're at.
No.
You know?
They don't live.
But they still live here. But I don't I don't talk to them. I mainly don't talk to them because they're not solid folks. You know, the True Colors came out. They're doing the things that I don't believe in. To my core, I don't do. So I have a very small circle. My circle is unbreakable. Adam, Andre, and my wife. And I've got some really close guys at the station from HFD and Tomball as well. But
dudes going to fight with you and die every day.
mm-hmm.
They're there forever.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Even if they're not your friends.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I'm talking? Because like in the team, sometimes we're like, do you hang out with him? It's like, no, not outside of work. We're just different paths.
Right.
But then when you bring us into the huddle, we're all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Because there's guys at the station, right? You're like, man, outside of work, we don't really kick it. But when we're on that pumper together, man, it's me and you. Man, I'll die for you.
Die for him, yeah.
I'll do whatever we got to do.
You're here for them.
Yeah.
Not for yourself. Like when we throw that on there, it switches.
Mm-hmm.
That's the coolest part about being in that community is you walk around and you see somebody with a uniform, it's their willingness to die to put out for somebody else.
Yeah.
Not necessarily die every time, but that's the hard stop right there, right?
It's on a number in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Possibility of dying.
You take that oath, and you better take that oath serious. And you can tell the people who do and the people who don't. I mean, we all know, right? There's t-shirt firefighters. There's people who just want that shirt.
Well, it'll get tested.
Yeah. I love it when it gets tested. And I love when those people get shown. You know, like, man, you're not here for the.
It doesn't make them a bad person. They just don't need to be there.
Not at all.
We say that in our community all the time.
Mm-hmm. They want that uniform. Go get the free food, free drinks, whatever it may be. That's not how it is.
A lot of people are fascinated with the idea of what a firefighter is, but the actual job is terrible.
Yeah, it's hot. It's miserable.
Well, that's the drive toward. That's the section. That's when everyone. When you look at something that you can't do or that you wouldn't even fathom doing, it's like the fascination with gangsters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a hard ass life, man.
Yeah.
But everybody kind of tips to that.
Yeah.
I'm be a Hell's Angel. No, you don't.
It's a tough job, man.
I'm all right. But after 09, it was just full bore.
Because now you're a business owner.
Yep.
So
I own
You're a pillar of our community.
I try. I own the gym and I own I started 48 Str8, the supplement company, really geared towards first responders. Again, an instance that happened to me. I was taking pre-workout. I was doing my thing, and I was having some insane workouts. Kind of find out I popped we get randos, right, all the time, random UA, all the time, and popped a false positive for methamphetamine. Clearly, I'm not a meth user, right? So we do the studies.
You don't fit the mold.
What was that? Yeah, right. Top fuel dragsters and the other two different races.
Two different races. But I'll tell you what, man.
What was that stuff that was in?
DMH3.
Yeah. That's right.
And I won't say the name, but there was a company. I mean, a lot of them have it, right? Because FDA doesn't regulate.
No.
So until someone,
people don't know that.
I spread that
supplement
word.
company. That a lot of guys got hit on that.
Yeah, it's because it's in. If all you gotta do is look at the nutrition label, and if there's a proprietary blend, you better be careful. Right? If there's a proprietary blend, you don't know what's in that. So, man, there was a study. I got dragged to the hot coals, and we had to figure out what was going on. Found out as my pre-workout, and I was cleared, and everything was fine. But it pissed me off. You know, it's like I didn't even know. And here I am putting methamphetamine in my body. So that was a turning point for me. I need to do something better for my community as first responders, fire, police, military, whatever it may be, and just the general public. So then that's kind of how 48 Str8 evolved. The name is 48 Str8, and it's from my shift. I work 48 hours straight. So it just kind of rolled off the tongue.
It's pretty good, actually.
You know, and then, man, it took about 2 years R&D. I went through 5 different manufacturers, and they all wanted to do a proprietary blend. Like, hey, no, I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing it. Right, here's my ingredients. My wife and I, my wife, she sat down and she built. I said, this is what I want my pre like. I want my BCAs like, and this is what I want in them. Figure it out. And she did a phenomenal job. She built all of them. We sent them off to manufacturers, and they all wanted to kind of, put their own twist on it.
They're proprietary billing.
So I found one that's my company I have now, man, hands down, is phenomenal. They're local. They're in Spring, Texas.
It's usually the way it works.
Yep. They are 8 minutes from my gym.
People think the big manufacturer, that is, man, but just think that's not a human, that's a lot can go into that. when it's small and,
Man.
right, and then you can go back, talk to them,
Yeah.
like, hey, look, what's up,
Yeah. Man, the fact that I can go right down the road, like, bro, what are you doing?
right?
Where's this, and this? What's going on? Is you really can't
That's
touch
key.
It.
As
Huge.
big as things are getting, you kind of get out of touch with that.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the
you become a
reason
number.
like the small town groceries and all that stuff came up in the first place is because when you keep it simple around you, then everything moves actually faster,
Yeah.
a lot faster.
Yeah. They knocked it out of the park.
What's the name of the company?
Master Blends. Yeah.
What's in
Spring. Well, they're moving now. Kind of sucks, but it's great for them. They're going.
Good for them, but
Yeah, good for them. But I'm a little mad at you.
yeah.
They're going to like a 50,000 square foot facility. You know, they're blowing up.
Way to go, you got big.
Yeah, way to be successful.
Great job.
But you know, I'm locked in with them. Man, they are hands down phenomenal. The flavor in our stuff there, so that's their biggest thing is flavoring. Because if it doesn't taste good, I'm not gonna drink it. I'm not gonna eat it.
Because back in
In the early 90s.
muscling down a protein shake.
Yeah.
You're like,
Choking
man, I
down
don't know if I should
concertina
drinking that.
wire.
Yeah.
So gnarly.
Yeah, it's tough. But man, they have done a great job. And their whole facility is FDA regulated. So all my stuff
cool.
is extreme. It's 99.
That's huge, man.
I mean, I fell into it.
That's huge.
That's the biggest thing I push is that we're FDA regulated. That company, Master Blends, is FDA regulated. So they have to meet the requirements.
That's huge.
All my products go through 6 different tests. And then, man, my next line that's coming out, we're doing a YouTube video, Andrew. We're gonna film how they do it and like go through the whole process, and so people can see how our stuff is made. We're one of few that have an FDA regulated product.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing.
I was it's funny you should say that proprietary, but I take that fruit and vegetable supplements, the
Yep.
natural or
Did you see on Fox News?
yeah, on TV all the
good?
time. Yeah. Smells good too. As soon as you pop that thing, it smells like fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
But they have a proprietary blend though.
Hey, I've got some greens. I've got greens.
Do you?
Oh yeah. I've got
Where they
greens.
at?
In my bag right here. I brought you some.
Oh, that's nice. I was about to call it that. You reversed that on me. That's good shit. That's okay because I got some stuff for you too.
Yeah, I've got greens. I've got greens that'll
Really?
blow you away.
All right, cool. That's cool then.
Yeah.
Ain't no
Let's go then.
It's crazy. Don't smell them.
It's that's that true
It's
kind of
nuts. You mix it. I mean, it's green. It's green.
green. Yeah.
And you mix it. You're like, man, there's no way it's gonna taste good. And you smell it. Like, oh, I can't drink it.
I mean, it smells bad, but tastes good. So drink through a straw.
No, I drink my greens on the way to the gym every morning when I'm going to train. I just drink it with cold water. Before other companies, I'd have to just pull my nose and pray
Go to town.
that I don't throw up. Yeah.
Good job.
But man, that's all credit to Master Blends. They have, and it's Spectra, so everything in it's natural. There's no sucralose.
They truly are master blenders. That's like a beer meister, or not a meister, but a master brewer.
Master brewer.
Yeah. Technically, time goes to doing that.
Oh,
to get that
yeah.
right, and to get that approval is huge.
Yep.
A lot of people overlook that, or if you didn't know that a lot of the supplement stuff like that's,
Yeah.
what's in that shit.
Does your
man.
pre-workout make you rage and shake?
Nope. No, it doesn't have any niacin. It has beta-alanine. People think beta-alanine is a bad thing. Beta-alanine is amazing. Niacin is what makes your skin crawl and you burn, you itch, get all that. What I just said yesterday, I was just about to work out. I drank my pre-workout. I'm sitting there kind of let it kick in. Tones drop for a fire. Man, if I was on that other pre-workout that had methamphetamine, tones drop for a fire, man, I'm jacked.
Yeah.
My heart rate's through the roof. That's the worst thing you can do going to a fire is
Elevate your heart rate.
elevate your heart rate. So I designed that pre for that specific reason. It's been pretty amazing, man. The stories. We have a lot of ambassadors all throughout the country. We've gone through trade shows. We've made a pretty good name. It's been super humbling and it's pretty wild.
You did great marketing, though. That's cool.
Yeah, it's
Try it out.
48 straight. That's good.
yeah.
So how can people, find you, get to this
So
stuff?
Yeah. Well, let's. Where are we now? And then we'll plug everything.
We're 48.
Yeah, you, your life, your wife, your kids.
Oh man.
Yeah, where's she at?
I know.
hearing about her,
Hey,
man.
call her out.
What's up? All around,
Where are you?
I told
You
her.
live right down the road.
I know. I told her, I was like, "You gonna come?" She's like, "No, you go." But that's my wife,
Did
man.
she think it was dangerous out here? She probably thought it was dangerous. See you at first.
She did actually. I'm not going out there.
Hold on. There are women out here somewhere.
Somewhere.
Where?
She but that's just her mentality, man. She doesn't want anything on her. She just stays in the shadows, and she just lets me rock and roll. But I mean, she's my backbone. You know, we have a daughter who's at A&M.
Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, she went to Tech. Found out that cocaine was everywhere in Texas Tech. Freaked her out like crazy. Came home. She hated it. She's a homebody. She hated being 7 hours away. So now she's at A&M, going on her third year out there.
Loves it, right?
Loves it.
Yeah.
Loves it. Yeah. She's
Great school.
phenomenal. Well, great school.
Man, since the road opened up over here too, you can get there like 30 minutes now.
35
Is that what it is?
to her condo.
I haven't driven it yet, but I heard that. That's
It's
true.
Insane. I didn't believe it. Yeah, so we have
You got to
her-
go all the way around through
Yeah.
Hempstead and up to on 6.
You just cruise, man. So she's in A&M. We have another daughter who's in Huntsville, just working, doing her thing.
She a Bearcat or is she just up there working?
Just up there working.
That's
Up
our
there
stomping
working.
ground.
Where she work?
She's a bartender. I can't remember the bar's name.
Please don't say Jelly.
Is it the Fox?
No. I know better. No.
Hey,
I know
man.
better.
What's wrong with the fox?
No.
It's not the fox we grew up in.
No.
It'll always. I
And
got
then,
mad respect for the Fox.
We got a 9-year-old little boy, man. That's
There's only 2 bars in damn town.
I know.
Right?
No, she's at some little bitty.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
But- Yeah. And then 9-year-old son Gavin. That's my little man. He's
That's that great age right there.
Man.
He's 10.
it's nuts. It's yeah.
Like they can talk to you.
He's a little man.
Yeah.
He's
That's
a
what I was
little
just
man.
about to say. Like
Yeah.
a little man is sitting there looking at you, got everything going on,
Yeah.
emotions, and
Well, I'm like, how do you even know how to say that?
how do you right?
How do you even know how to put that sentence together?
So mine dropped one on me the other day. We were talking about some show. He's like, it was very satisfying. I was like, knowing the word to interject it in the conversation is one thing, but the emotion that goes along with the word. I'm
yeah.
like, so explain what's satisfying. He's like, I just felt real good and happy, and at the end, my mood kind of changed. I was like, that's satisfying.
Yep.
Dang it, you
At
got
10,
it
I
right.
remember having that kind of
Yeah.
intuitiveness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. What's your piece of never quit advice?
Peace and never quit advice. There's so much, man. It's just willpower, man. Willpower. You have to do it, right? Like I said a minute ago, mediocrity is killing everything. And I used to be that guy of saying, man, when's it my turn? When's it my turn? When's my shit gonna come pick me up to take me over here to success land, right? You got to build that ship. If you don't build that ship, you're gonna sink in whatever you're trying to do. I've never had any help from anybody. Everything I've done has been on my own. Everything. And the mistakes I've made have only made me stronger, and I realize it. You said it earlier, right? You make a mistake, if you don't learn from it, man, well, what's the definition of insane?
The same
That.
thing over and over again.
Doing the same thing over and over again. So you make a mistake, you learn from it, and you move on. And that's all I've done. I mean, I've made some horrific mistakes in my life. I've done a lot of things I shouldn't have done. But I've come to it. I've opened it up about it, and I've talked about it, and I've worked my way through it. There is no option to stop. There is no option to give up. A lot of people credit my work ethic. I don't know a lot of people who work harder than I do trying to accomplish what I want to accomplish. I'll never stop. I mean, maybe simple terms, man. Willpower. Keep going. You hit that rock bottom, good. All right, now you know what it feels like. You don't want to be back there again. Do whatever you got to do to crawl out of that hole.
Mm-hmm.
Well said.
But never forget that you're at the bottom of the hole with everything that you've learned.
Mm-hmm.
So think about it like that. If everything's away from you starting there, then you're going from there,
Yep.
right? And it's kind of like all of us have to go through that perpetual life cycle, the merry-go-round, right?
Yeah.
Highs, lows, ups and downs.
Yeah.
And we talk about like if life's the roller coaster, we're all on the same track.
Yep.
We're just in different cars.
Yeah.
Some people like to sit in that front car, and they like to see the ride up the top of the mountain. They like the drop, seeing all
Yeah.
that. Some people like to sit in the middle, and some people like to sit in the back and get jerked around their whole life.
Yep.
that's just fun for them.
Yeah.
If you remove any one of those carts, man, the train won't run.
Yep.
Because we're all here, and it is, man. It's the willing work hard at your work ethic. That's what ours is.
Yeah.
Like work harder than everybody else. Because
Man.
it's like waiting for my ship to come in, this, that, and the other. I it's different if you see what you're going after and that you know that time is just the regulator.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's the most disadvantageous thing we have, right? Is time. We can't get it back. So why waste it? Why do something that's not going to propel you in the direction you want to be going? David Goggins, man, I love that dude. That guy just you cannot be fired up when listening to that guy, right? He makes you angry sometimes. But I listen to his stuff and it's like, man, this dude's got a story. Like, come on,
you got one.
You got a great story. And I've a lot of his stuff, man, I take to heart. Like, no one cares. No one cares, right? If only what you're gonna do is what's gonna matter to you. No one cares how hard you work. Everyone on the outside is like, oh man, lucky him, right? You got it. You made it now. No, you don't have no idea what I put on that backstory to make this work.
Yeah, lucky. It's like you hear somebody call you there, like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's tough, man. But no matter what, you just gotta keep going. That's period.
Amen.
Yeah. Want to plug them?
Yeah, how can people support you? Why don't you drop your social media channels, your website, all that fun stuff?
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook, simple 48 straight. Same thing on Instagram, 48 straight. Nothing special on there. Website 48straight.com. All my personal information is on there. You can DM me, text me, phone call, whatever you need to do. I'm right there 24/7.
And that's 48 STR and the
Number 8.
That's right.
Perfect.
That's right.
48 straight. Badass, bro. Thanks for
Appreciate
coming out.
it. Oh man, it's been an honor. It's been amazing.
That's it.
Hey, John, thanks so much for being with us, man. Hey, thank you guys for listening to this episode of the show. If you liked it, share it with a friend. You can do that by sharing it on any platform, social media, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, you can listen to it. Make sure you check out our latest episode and all the other episodes. We have over 200 episodes, great interviews, great content. And if you haven't already, make sure you're following us on social media, teamneverquit.com/social and patreon.com/teamneverquit for exclusive access to the show. Hey guys, we'll see you next week.